Remarks, and then we'll take questions.
Well, we're certainly happy with the win. Obviously, we don't feel like we put together a very good 40 minutes, but you got to give Loyola a lot of credit for that. They came in here and competed hard, and that's a team that's kind of been the tail of their season. They've had a lot of leads, double-digit leads, playing awfully well, and then the youth of them takes over a little bit, and they make some mistakes. We guarded much better in the second half, but we have to be better, and it's just a consistency throughout 40 minutes. It's a lot of stuff that we've talked about before Christmas, and it creeped back on us in us tonight, and we're not good enough to do that. We're not good enough to do that, and we can't learn a lesson by putting together a first 20 minutes like that, because you're going to walk in the room, locker room afterwards disappointed with a loss, and we don't want that happening to us. So a lot of things to clean up, and we're beat up, so I don't know how much practice we can do, but we're going to have to be a lot better this weekend. But again, I give Loyola a lot of credit. Those kids played their tail off.
Questions?
Greg, a little bit of a tribute to depth in this game. I mean, Loyola doesn't go very deep. You were able to pull Lucas Idle off the bench, and he hits a couple threes to kind of loosen things up a little bit, and that's kind of where both programs are at right now a little bit, and that's good for you.
I hope so. I hope so. That's been something, we've talked about it, Todd, that we've tried to do. You look at the better teams in the league, you look at the teams that advanced in the tournaments and stuff, and you have to improve your depth, you have to improve your athleticism, and we got guys that are on the bench that are fighting like crazy every day in practice to get some minutes. So we have to keep doing it. We got to get after each other on a daily basis and look ourselves in the mirror. Just demand a little more, a little bit better from each one of us, and that starts with me. And it's hard to do it when you don't get as much practice time, but it's the grind of the season, and everybody's going through it.
What's it say about Lucas? The game was tight. He comes in, those 2 threes, gives you that double-digit lead. I mean, just being ready to go and take advantage of the opportunity.
It's very good to see Lucas make a couple shots. There's no question, and I know he wants to play more. The bigger concern with him is everybody sees him make a couple threes, but you see him run into a screen at the other end and give up a three, then turn the ball over. There's a lot more to the game to it, but certainly when he's making shots, that helps his chances of getting more minutes, and I want him to play more. We all want him to play more, and it is good to see him make them, but the other end is where I'm much more concerned, and that's not just him, it's with everybody.
Yeah, it was rough in the first half defensively, but it did get better in the second half. I mean, what did you – I know briefly you went to a zone in the first half, but
Very brief.
Yeah, it was for a couple possessions, but what did you do in the second half to kind of get the guys pointed in the right direction?
Compete it a little harder. Really it's I mean, you watch it, in the first half they're driving by us getting layups, and we're not rotating, we're not moving our feet. The staff said that our warm-ups were a little shaky, we were a little looked like our legs were gone, and they shouldn't be. We haven't practiced that long, that hard. I might have gone a little too long yesterday, but these guys need to take care of the bodies, and now with playing in the afternoon, we'll have a little longer rest before Saturday, but we just played harder and played better. Took some things. We asked them just to be more aggressive, and I think we were on our heels a little bit in that first 20 minutes, and it created a lot of stuff.
You were on your heels in that first half. One person who was carrying you a little bit, Manny, just talk about the way he played today for you guys.
Manny's been terrific. He really has, and he's listening to, and he's trying to do the things that we're asking. Like I've said, he is a tremendous one-on-one defender. Where we got to keep working with him is just like right there at the end when we're switching on every ball screen. He didn't switch, and we have to do that. He's got to do it all the time. And a lot of it comes with concentration and just, taking it to the floor, not forgetting from when you go to in the locker or in the huddle, and then all of a sudden you go out to the floor, you got to take it to the floor. And everybody's got to help him. If you're communicating, everybody's talking, it makes it a lot easier. But Manny's good. There's no question. He's a very hard worker, and we need to rest him some too.
Offensive rebounding was pretty much the equalizer in the first half. Talk about that. That was pretty important.
We need to create more possessions for us, and we got good athletes. Our bigs should get more offensive rebounds than Christian and Manny. Manny got 3 tonight, and if he can get 3 a game, boy, he's getting to the free throw line. That's the biggest thing that thing does is an offensive rebound. More often than not, it's going to lead to a kick-out 3, or it's going to lead to free throws. So we have to create more possessions on that. And our offense is a byproduct of how we guard on the defensive end. It really is. If we're not dictating the pace on defense and being aggressive and flying around, then our offense, we're doing the same thing. You might notice that a little bit. We stand around, we're stuck in mud a little bit, and then we do the same thing on the offensive end. So we got to work on that because the defense always has to be your constant, and it hasn't been.
You mentioned that guys are banged up. Jake briefly left the game, hit the bike in the first half. How bad is it for roster-wide, and what are you dealing with in that respect?
I've got a few practices the next 2 days. It's just he plays really hard, and And we can't ride him that hard, you know. He's making mistakes as well on the defensive end, and we got to hold him more, you know, he's a leader and we want him on the floor, and he's so good that we leave him out there and maybe allow him a little more freedom in making mistakes. But we got to rest him a little bit better, obviously, the next couple days of practice. There'll be 2 or 3 guys that probably aren't practicing much, but that's all part of it. And those guys are mentally strong. They're mature individuals, so they don't want to sit out of practice, but as a staff, we have to be smart as well.
He's dealing with, looked like he was rubbing his left knee. Is he dealing with kind of both knees, though?
Yeah,
I mean,
tendonitis real bad, and you know, and he doesn't complain. You know, Jake doesn't complain, and that's the hard thing. Jake, how you doing? Oh, I'm fine. I'm good. Ready to go. You know, it's never, I might need a day, or I might need a day off, and we just probably have to make that decision on our own and not listen to him, because he doesn't like to miss anything. He won't miss anything, and we have to be smart as a staff. Listen to Zach, our trainer, who does a great job, and just go by that, because rest, you know, we have to have fresh legs to be able to go on the road and win.
Anything else, guys?
Thank you.
Thank you.